I don't think Maggaman's in chat, but this is Maggaman! Not to be confused with Maggaman. He's gonna be doing, what is this? Dorado? There we go, thank you. My guess is he's at 2100 SR, so we get to see a little bit of a lower SR game today. Too far ahead.
Ryan is exposed. His behind is exposed.
Alright. Damn, he misses. Oh, he sped it up, that's why. I just want to try to get a little bit better quality, because it was tearing pretty bad there. Alright.
Ryan is exposed. His behind is exposed.
First of all, you jumped down when you didn't need to. And it looks like you're trying to do everything yourself. Okay, kind of funny. I've used this example before, and I kind of like it. And this is something I want to watch, is you're playing soccer like a little child. That's what it looks like. Now, for anyone that's older or they've watched like their nieces or nephews, or have really like watched any kids play soccer, whenever kids play soccer, you have 11 people, well, you have 22 people on the field, and fucking if the ball's here, all 22 kids are trying to get the ball. Right? They're like, get the ball, everyone get the ball, and they're all just huddling around the goddamn ball. Alright, that is exactly what you did. So this is fine. You came up here, you get a flank. This is great. Perfect. You can do some good work up here. In fact, someone's right in this little choke point that you could shoot at. You have all these options to shoot them, or shoot off the wall, or yada yada yada, throw a trap down, and you jump at him. And you're like, oh, there's this guy. Gotta get him. Oh, there's that guy. There's Zarya. Shoot him. Get them. What's that? Something to my left? What's there? Oh, gotta go to the left. Gotta do this myself. Oh, there's an ash up there. Let me go get the ash. Like, you're just going everywhere and trying to do everything yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to run out of abilities to use, and you're going to die.
Reaper's one, Ashy's half.
Kids usually play max 66 max. Oh no, I've seen fucking herds of kids try to get to a soccer ball. Trap? So the Reaper's coming up. And now you're staying. Okay, this is. You also have the your new tire. Just trying to find a safe spot. In the middle of the open is not a safe spot. But your team still got it. Also, the issue that I'm gonna tell you about right now is what a lot of Junkrats have, and that is you try to just run at people and shoot. Like, I understand you want to get close as possible to minimize accuracy loss. This is so chaotic. And it's chaotic because... There you go, this makes sense. I like that move, these are all good.
Ryan's gonna get freeze. Ryan froze, get him.
So because you're in the mix of everything so much, you have variables on all sides of you. This is a Wing Chun concept as well. There is shit all around. And you're just like jumping in the middle of it. Oh. Where's my control Z? Where's the Z button? There it is. You're just jumping in the middle of this. You're like, where the fuck do I go? What am I doing? Of course, if you jump into the middle of stuff, you're going to be like that. What does Wing Chun state? Pick a side. What does the Wing Chun even say? pick a side and cleave towards the center. That's what they say. So pick a side. I don't care. Left or right. What this does is it minimizes the amount of variables you have to deal with, and it puts them all in front of you. So you pick a side, you deal with the variables over here. Cool, there's only a couple variables. Once you deal with that shit, you cleave towards the center. And what this does is you put everyone in your line of sight. There. Now everyone's in your line of sight. And now you can actually make like a reasonable decision. You have information to base stuff off of. But if you just jump in the center, shit's gonna get complicated, and that's your own damn fault. You're making a complicated situation more complicated. 'Cause. Yeah. There we go. Start this up.
I have no shields and I'm low energy. Careful, man. Their Ashley's absolute crap, by the way.
Shishini boy. Shishini boy.
Okay, I have that.
Oh, I got hammered. Fuck.
I didn't have it.
You're running into everything again. Oh, you just ran past everyone. And now you're running back. It's like that scene in fucking Saving Private Ryan. You gonna tire? Which way you going? That's the smart way.
What the heck? How did I?
She's up top. She's up top.
She just used fire.
Okay.
She just used the burn punch. What the fuck is
Throw a trap down. Okay.
Okay.
Band of Brothers, that was it. Thank you. Where they're just like,
What happened?
the Germans didn't understand what he was doing, because we didn't understand what he's doing. But he ran past everyone in the middle of the battlefield. They just stood there and looked at him. And the craziest thing is, after he ran over there to deliver the orders, he ran all the way back. Just...
Yeah, you're kind of going in.
Alright, you haven't used your trap in a while.
Big grab, big grab.
Yeah,
You're toast.
Ash is down.
Also, you reloaded at 2 shots. Unsure why.
okay, let's group up.
Just group.
Mercy, please don't go to the right.
You remember that nuclear card? Yeah, that's...
Mercy, what's happening?
Okay, get Mercy off me. Get Mercy off me.
Break. Go. Break. What you doing? Break. Oh, God, break.
No, everyone's dead. This is where you just try to build alt charge and die. Did I do Dalian Skywalker tonight? No, you're not in the queue at all. I apologize. But at this point, we're gonna have to have people redo the queue. This is gonna be slash and burn. You're too deep in. Holy crap! You are so far in right now. That was terrifying. Tire?
Nice.
Okay.
Get the Zarya. She's on point. Zarya on point. Half up.
There is so much shit going on. You heard a Reinhardt get stunned to your right, so you should probably look that way. There you are.
Why don't we have nothing? We have nothing.
So no one's dealing with the Pharaoh Mercy. And now, at my level,
Dude, originally,
I could almost deal with her, but that's still not, like... Usually people will change heroes on my team to help deal with the Pharaoh Mercy.
I have rally.
Because even if you have a strategy based on a Junkrat, let's say an Overwatch League level team was playing Junkrat, you would still want some assistance. That's a good trap. That's...
Zarya's gonna grab from behind.
So she's gonna expect you here. Do that. Yep.
Push him hard.
So when you're that telegraphed, you know, take a peek.
Mercy's resin, Mercy's resin.
This feels almost normal to you, and it makes me feel bad. Skybolt, that's just because you're probably just a low-level player. Tire here.
Okay, she's dead. Take care of Zarya. Zarya's next priority. Or Moira.
Her wall, stay on the point.
To the high ground, and then rain hell from up there. Oh, missed the jump. You're detonating your mines real quick. What are you even doing?
Can we get a bar account?
It's so chaotic. And it stems from you keep running into the middle of battle.
Oh, dude, just jump it on.
Yeah, I'll swap, but I
I can
don't
play, here's the thing, I can play hit skin, but I'm also playing hand, so.
I can play Zarya if you want to go hit scan. Let me burn gold.
Probably get out of there. Oh shit, you went deeper. Careful strafing one way for a long time. You just become very, very predictable. Ooh, smack that bitch out of the air. Hey, there you go, Reinhardt. This guy should not be playing Junkrat. So the truth is, if you want to learn how to play against your weakness, you have to play against your weakness. This tire's not going to get much. Killer! Good. I mean,
Do we have any hope of
you got her.
I'll go hit scan. Just three push, I'll get the card. Go. Bear down. Go. She's getting res.
Trap? Throw a trap? That Reinhardt's ran your ass.
Good. Let fair.
Oh!
Fair take off. She needs to take it. Watch the bob.
Again, you're in the middle of combat. Something's next to you.
So Ryan tap. Oh, don't turn him.
Oh, the Pharaoh is right there!
Ryan.
Ah. There's just so much shit going on.
We needed a hit scanner.
He's just using all his abilities. It's hilarious.
No, we didn't need a hit scan. We worked fine.
So, he's just ignoring the Pharaoh? That's actually one way you play it. Gonna be able to mind jump up to a platform? This guy is at 2100 SR, so a lot of simple things these lower level players just don't get. They don't understand. They don't take these steps before a fight. They kind of just go into a fight. Maybe it's their nerves, it's just experience. But yeah, it's just sometimes they don't think about it. And it all can be worked on. It comes down to more, like, a lot of the panic, I don't even want to say panic, a lot of what I'm saying is just, it feels like they're not experienced in first-person shooters at all, and Overwatch could be their first one. Which is fine. You kind of just got to get a grasp of how to move, how to keep targets in your field of vision, and understanding how to approach a problem. Fucking ain't that okay? We're going in, boys.
We're gonna have to break that.
Oh! Oh, he went in.
She got no
I
Nice job.
Worth it. Worth it.
uh,
Mercy's getting back before I get back, though, boys. Fudge.
yeah.
We have a break room in Orion. We shouldn't
Why
be
were
playing.
down there?
And please, this person, whoever's playing Orion, go play something else.
Okay, stop moving forward. Those shots are still off by a bit. Now you gotta back up. Okay. So yeah,
Fudge.
this guy's illustrating
Yeah, we
perfectly
can't
why I
just
die
keep
so much in
playing
GM.
Come back.
Are you playing Junkrat like that in GM? Because if you are, like, yes.
Yeah, Junk, we don't need a junk. We need hits. Like another one.
Now, we have a soldier. What the fudge?
Someone's up here with you.
Solar's not that good of a hit scan, honestly. You need, like,
That guy just said soldier's not that good of a hit scan. Holy shit.
If
Wait.
somebody can play McCree.
Okay, this is before the soldier buff.
Here's the thing. I can play his scan really freaking well, but I'm also playing...
Okay, swap to
Diva
it.
can also get Farah and Mercy though.
Good, fair down.
There.
Get the Mercy. She's raw already.
Wait. I might actually have something new.
Don't. That's. No, don't do it. Yeah, you. Yeah. So, we already talked about this.
Fucking fair.
That's some bad shots.
Fair's
You already
one,
had-
fair's one, good.
Okay. I was gonna say, you already had the battle one, you didn't really need ult there. So this is classic. I think this is classic low-level Junkrat.
I was literally on Caleb. How did that hit? Like I was standing on top of it.
Good escape. But don't run. Oh, don't run straight in the battle again. So, yeah, you keep getting killed because you're so close in the battle. Remember, Junkrat suffers no fall-off damage? So you can do your job. Technically, if the farther you are away, yes, you get lower accuracy to a point, but you can pretty much balance that out.
Paralyzed solo healing now, and I can kill by the new death.
I'll fucking swap to heal.
It's one of those things about confident hitting shots unless they're in front of them. I don't even know if it's that. I mean, it is that. But I've been seeing Junkrats run at people and try to shove the, the gun in their face since I've done reviews for 3 years now. Like, I have... This is a classic Junkrat symptom. That works. Just watch the body because they're gonna have mercy. Yeah, you're dead again. So, the whole... You can get anything out of that. The whole mine primary combo that you try to execute, you kind of have to do it. You have to have faith that your primary is going to attack. Or hit, I mean.
Huge shatter. Well done. Okay, I'm Mac.
Farah is down. You guys are fucking.
You can try to
Get after
boot
it here, boys. Here we
the
go.
Moira into the Diva Bomb. No, that was way... That was too long ago. I think he was just going for the combo.
Who needs heals?
You don't need to expend resources like that. Like, it's better to have 2 mines at this point in time in case they attack. Technically, you would have 1 right now.
More save
Also,
your
this is
favorite heals.
old
I'll get-
Junkrat.
I'll
This
get
is...
the Diva
He
started.
submitted this video on February 14th because I am backlogged.
Alright, pull back, Diva.
Pull. What's the Farah? She behind.
That was actually something good he did. He detonated the mine before placing a new one. Someone's to your left. It's a quick and good way to get the hell out of there. What?
I've blocked the entire Earth.
You're gonna get killed by Bob. Careful. You got a tire. Oh, okay, you died. Yeah, I think this is just classic low-level play. It's not even related to Junkrat, but it's more about experience in FPSs.
Shoot the far.
Percy's dead.
We're coming back. We're trying to. Point if you can. Point if you can. Point if you can.
I'm gonna make a try.
Shouldn't have been your job.
Bam, and then the complaining starts. So, this is the old classic Junkrat. I've seen it 1,000 times before. Maybe not 1,000 times, but I've done a couple hundred reviews, and I've seen it a lot. So, seems like lack of patience. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. And this is kind of just like... 1. No follow. 2, because of this, stop running at people. Running at people. So, the first thing is, Junkrat suffers no fall-off damage. Something you have to know. I think everyone does know. But it's best to reinstate this. Because you have no fall-off damage, Junkrat can do some unique things to him. The one, I've described it before, is if you have a shield here, and a shield here, and we're going to say everyone's standing up like this, Junkrat has the ability to attack the enemy's backline from his own back. It's one thing that makes Junkrat pretty unique, and if you can get this down, you can, put pressure on their backlines, force resources out early, so they can't support their front lines as well. This is due to the fact that he has an arcing projectile, but more importantly, he doesn't suffer fall-off. He's always going to do the 130 damage whenever he hits. So because of this, stop running at people. If you ever get the high ground, don't drop down off the high ground if you don't need to. Since this is a lower level player, I'll just be like, look, the high ground, if you're from my chat, if anyone can remember, does 2 things. Chat, do you remember when we used to talk about this, like, every fucking week? Information and options. Fucking A, skinny Snorlax. Good job. So, I don't care what other coaches say. They're all wrong. The 2 things high ground gives you is information and options. What do I mean by information? 1, when you're on the high ground, and there's some dude down here, and there's you up here, is 1, he actually doesn't know exactly what's up there. Maybe he can glance the top of your head. He can see this. He's like, alright, there's a Junkrat up there. But he doesn't understand that, you have 10 of your friends over here. Secondly, you can see him in all of the options that he has unless they're, below this vantage point. Which is very rare that an entire team is all right here. And in case, essentially, you can infer from the negative, meaning you can't see anyone, so everyone's here. So it's both, I'll just call it yin and yang, because that's what I'm used to. You both give yourself, you hide your information, but you also reveal the entire enemy's hand at the same time. Options. What does options mean? Options means, as the high ground, I choose when to drop down. It's not your choice to come up. Some heroes have abilities, but most others don't. And even then, those abilities are on cooldown, so you have to use something to get up to me. While me, on the other hand, I can do whatever I want when I want to. I can drop down, I can not drop down. I can drop down over here, I can drop down over here, I can drop down over there, right? I have these options that you don't have. And because I have information, I can choose how to exploit your formation because of these options. Also, because of this, since we define high ground, we can tell you when there is fake high ground, as meaning there is high ground that you take that actually does not give you these options. Classic fake high ground is that catwalk on the end of Point 2 in King's Row. Also, the other fake high ground, technically, if attacked properly, is it's Oasis. It's the one with the circular point, the big circular open point in the middle. Essentially, if you take the high ground on the one side and the enemy goes on the low ground on the left side, technically you don't have any of these options because you can't drop down on them at all, and you actually don't gain any info on them. City Center, there you go. Those are the two, what I would call fake high grounds. There's probably more in the game, but I really haven't gone up map by map and talked about them. So, you have the high ground. You have these advantages. Don't give them up if you don't have to. I really think this is a big one. Calm the fuck down. A lot of your issues, I think, are stemming from either panic or not knowing what to do or just not understanding the situation. You throw mines very quickly, detonate them very quickly. You shoot by holding down the button and just kinda tracking the enemy-ish. A lot of it seems, and a lot of times you have a difficulty tracking the enemy. You're also not picking up on sound cues. These are all just, it's not even calming down, it's just these are all things that an inexperienced person to a first-person shooter would experience. The only reason I'm decent at Overwatch is because I have 20 years of FPS gaming under my belt. I just know how far it takes, to move my cursor from here to, I don't know, here. I'm fucking it up. But eventually, I'll get it better at it. But essentially just understanding the 2 points, wherever they are, and that's essentially what quote-unquote Twitch aiming is. It's just this predefined motion that I make in my hand that goes this distance, and then I shoot. It's the fact that you're not used to this, and I'm more used to it than you are. Also, the method I was talking about, again, we use in fighting, pick a side, and this is just good in general, it's not Junkrat. Pick a side / cleave to center. Fuck. I'm holding my mouse weird, so it's all fucked up writing. The whole idea about picking a side and then cleaving to center in Wing Chun is if I put my 13 weapons to one side of you, you have only 7 weapons. And then I deal with the actual threat, which is your center. In Overwatch, we do it the same way. If you have a bunch of people all over the fight, if you jump in the middle of this, it's very complicated because there's a lot of shit going on at the same time. You don't have, even if you have very good hearing, you can't really depend on hearing what everyone is doing and processing it like you can do when you see it. It's just not how humans work. But if you jump to one side and you keep everyone this way, then all of a sudden you can make a very educated decision rather than just jumping in the center and trying to figure that shit out. You can't figure this out. It's too complicated. And this is not even considering if everyone just turns and hits you. It's just, there's so many variables that you cannot make a good decision. So, that's what I would do for that. That can kind of ease your issues of not knowing what to do in combat. Stop running at people, keeping the high ground, calming down, just trying to make sure you're making a rational choice for what you're doing. Even if it doesn't work out that way, just have a reason for doing it. That's the best way to start picking it up. But most importantly, number 5, keep playing. Keep at it, kiddo. Your issue is simply vocab. We could point out every little detail that you fucked up, and as a human being, you're actually going to pick up on nothing. And that's what a lot of coaches do. Even professional coaches, even people that stream helping others out. What they do is they attack it like a calculus problem, and they're like, you're fucked up here, you fucked up here, you fucked up here, you fucked up here, you fucked up here, and you fucked up here. Alright, I'm a good coach, get the fuck out. And the truth is that all of these have strings of truth, and there's probably one core thing that they need to work on, and that's what you actually tell them to work on. I can tell you from teaching people right now that if you tell them everything they've done wrong, it's going to be confusing, they don't know where to start, and they don't learn at all. That's what happens. So while we're going to go over all this, and you're going to go over everything in the video, the truth is what you kind of need to do is just keep at it. You need to keep on playing. You need to keep understanding what Overwatch is and how first-person shooters operate. Just getting comfortable with a mouse in your hand and how you just interact with the environment. That's the first kicker, and that will at least make you calmer, let you keep like high ground. You're like, all right, I'm on the high ground. I'll just do what I do want to do from here. And from there, I think you'll start getting a lot better. You'll start picking up vocab more and more and more. I would kind of relate it to akin to what... Funny thing, one of the things I'm good at with martial arts is I'm good at rolling and falling. And that's just because my first 4 or 5 years, I was getting thrown a lot, and we had to do a lot of fucking throwing and rolling and stuff like that. Long-term martial art-wise, what that has actually helped me on is when I'm getting thrown or I'm getting attacked, I can learn, I can see what's happening, and I can understand the technique while getting thrown and attacked. And essentially, since I'm learning when most people would not be learning, well, I learn 50% more. Right? I'm learning twice the amount of time that most people are, because most people just get thrown and they're like, oh, I'm thrown, and that's it. They aren't learning during that. That's kind of what you have to do here, is that you're panicking so much that you're lowering the amount of time you can learn. And so staying calm and keeping at it will at least give you more chances to understand and to learn. Maggaman, it's so funny, he just shows up. Maggaman, what you need to do is go to the start of this video. This is your review. So go like 20 minutes ago and start it up. Before you do that, is this your first FPS game? Because I'm going to say yes. Maggaman, are you here? Did he listen to me and just look at the video right away? Fuck, I'm not used to people listening to me right away. Yeah, I think he already went back. Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, if he's not responding by now. I mean, yeah, shit, he wants answers right now. I gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to the kid. If he just fucking went right for it, like, that's, he's a go-getter. He's just like, do this. He's like, yeah, alright, done. Alright, sorry, I can't listen to you anymore because I'm doing the other thing. You messaged him? Alright, we'll see if it comes. Whose review is this? Maggaman's. This is your first PC FPS. Yep. I figured it out. Wasn't he silver or something last time? He was 2100 this time. Okay, so that's what I figured. I figured this was your first FPS. I mean, you do a lot of things wrong in this game. And the good thing is that the things you're doing wrong are really fucking obvious. Which is great, because it's easier to correct a big issue than it is to correct a very small issue. But most of your issues come from straight up, you just don't know how to interact with the mouse much. Your gameplay is you run at them and you shoot and you use abilities. If you live, you win. If you die, which happens more often, you kind of lose. So it's about keeping the high ground, more importantly, just staying calm and having a reason for what you're doing when you're doing it. And that's not just strictly Junkrat, that's just good Overwatch. But as you calm down and you make more decisions, you can see what decisions are wrong and which ones are right. And it just allows you to learn faster as a whole. That's kind of what I want you to work on more than anything. Because for you, it's simply interacting with the game and Overwatch vocab. Sounds like a common thing for first-time FPS players. Yeah, Far Eastern, it is 100%. That is... Like, I can see when someone has no idea what the fuck's going on. Not just in Overwatch, it's just FPS deal. Yeah. Which is fine. Thanks for the review. I can't believe that out of the two you've done for me, I've showed up at the very end. Well, it happens. Don't worry. It's fine. The problem is I don't expect many questions from you just because new players don't have many questions because they don't know what they don't know. And honestly, the questions you ask really won't be that helpful because right now it's very basic. You're learning to write the letters of the alphabet, and I don't know how it was in other countries or other parts of the America, but like when I was a kid, you get these fucking, like in first grade, you get these sheets of paper that are like this. And they're like, draw the letter A. And you gotta be like, A. A. B. And it'll be like, there's like a faint, like exactly what you need to draw. So that is essentially where you are at in FPS land. Right? You don't, like, you can't even, you first of all, you can't even form words. You can't even form a word like word. Let alone have your own handwriting. Because if you notice how I write THs, and this is actually my handwriting on how I write THs, that's the. I blend T's and H's together completely. It's just a slope. So, right now, you see people like me that has handwriting, or you see people that are using words and paragraphs and sentences. And the truth is right now, you just gotta focus on these fundamentals of drawing the letter, or writing the letter. Atrocious penmanship, get the fire out of you, fuck. Illegible, that's the, alright? But yes, you just need to work on these very big, bold letters. It really is bad. You know what? Fuck all you guys. Actually, hold on. Do I get just the page of writing? Hold on. Sorry, Maggaman. Sorry about hijacking it. Your review time. What's in this notebook? What is in this notebook? What am I doing? I don't know. I got so many goddamn notebooks. This is all good. This is nice information. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's all basic FPS stuff. Such a sound. I don't know what this is in reference to. Budget work, 100% per DM, project length. Find a list of solutions, what to do, who to go to. I don't know what this is in reference to. Like I said, I got a bunch of shit everywhere. It normally looks like this. Yeah. So I got terrible handwriting, but I can understand it. Either way, back to the review. It's all about getting comfortable in an FPS world. So Maggaman, watch that review. If there's anything you don't understand or anything questions you have, come back to me and we'll work through it, or submit another review. This is to be expected. You literally bought a PC to play Overwatch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Maggaman. I'm not like harping on you and saying it's bad. I'm just telling you. I'm kind of telling you what you're expecting, but understand that it's normal. You can work through it, and hopefully, if you listen to me, you'll work through it faster, because that's all a teacher can do. Is basically this is what a teacher does. Here's Overwatch. All right, and I'm working my way up to the top of that, I guess. Now, you guys are starting Overwatch here. And you could go through this whole shit again. Right? You could go blah, 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 blah. Maybe some of you guys just aren't as quick as me. I'm a fast son of a bitch. The truth is, all I can do is say, hey, watch out for this pitfall right here. There's a pitfall. And so all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, then I'll just go like this. And I start making your path shorter. That's what a teacher does. I don't actually teach you anything. In fact, no teacher ever teaches you anything. They just kind of hold your hand. They show you the pitfalls that they ran into and what their teachers told them that they ran into. And throughout this whole history of teaching, we just make it faster for you to learn the thing up here. In this case, it's Overwatch. So, you're going to fall into the same traps that I did, and sometimes you have to. Because, like, I'll just say this, as a martial artist, my teacher will be like, yeah, this doesn't work. Or like, hey, there's a pitfall over here. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, there's a pitfall over here. I'll go find that pitfall and jump in it, you son of a bitch. And I will. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And the thing is these are the lessons you learn and keep with yourself longer than any other lessons. Than someone just saying, hey, don't do this. And you're like, oh, okay, don't do it. It's the ones that you actually jump in yourself voluntarily, even when you're told not to, that you'll learn best on. So when I tell you not to do stuff, you can choose to listen to me, or you can choose not to and fuck up, and you'll probably learn a lot more. Yeah, getting your ass kicked, you learn pretty goddamn. So, yep. But overall, man, like, I think you're doing fine for 2100. You just kind of gotta settle down and get into it a little more. Just stop fucking running into people, Maggaman.